special guests. Tune in weekdays. Wake up for the morning show at 7 a.m. The Guts Gospel Show. A variety talk show with the Christian view with your host, Nikki B. Right here on this station. By Rhythm and Gospel Network. Oh. Okay. Jehoshaphat's song. Thank God for Eddie. And with that song, I hear on Guts Gospel had to say, reminding us that the Lord is good and His mercy endureth forever. We are grateful to have you tuned in with us. Guts Gospel had to say, and real quick, just going to give you a little food tip, and then after that little news, you can read something I find interesting, maybe you will as well. And yeah, food tip today is wintertime salads. Use seasonal vegetables and fruits to make wintertime salads. Slice an orange and sprinkle dried cranberries. Place them on a bed of romaine and enjoy. Something to do, something to think about, and it's healthy for you. Healthy for me as well. And so if you get a chance during this holiday season when we're doing all of the cramming of all the very holiday festive foods, make yourself a nice winter salad. It can't hurt, and it certainly will help. We thank God for you all tuning into the broadcast. By the way, going to a really quick Miami Heat moment. Today, December 30th, happens to be LeBron James' 29th birthday. So happy birthday to LeBron James. Your 29th birthday celebration. We're glad to be able to share that with people. And hopefully you guys will find ways to let him know if you want to. Happy birthday. That's right. December 30th, 2013. LeBron James turned 29 years old. Now, real quick for a little news you can use. It might find interesting, maybe you will as well. It's a little strange, but it is something that I thought, hey, might be fun to know about. Man pleads guilty after girl hands out pot candy. Oh yes, this is the world we live in. Hamilton, Montana. A 40-year-old Hamilton man has pleaded guilty to drug charges more than a year and a half after his daughter was found distributing marijuana-laced candy on a school bus. Robert McCoy accepted a plea bargain agreement Wednesday that recommends he pay $5,000 to the Revere County Drug Fund and serve between 15 and 30 days in jail. The Ravalli Republic reports the sentencing is set for March 5th. McCoy and his wife were out of the country in May 2012 when the girl handed out the candy. Authorities found in their home more than twice the legal amount of marijuana allowed to medical pot provider, along with a small amount of hashish. McCoy pleaded guilty to operating an illegal grow operation, possessing hashish, and unlawful conduct by a card holder. So, just one of the little side effects of legalization of marijuana. Nobody got hurt, nobody got damaged, but still, it is a bit over the top, if you will. Some things that just don't need to happen and could be avoided if we would just do what we should be doing. We do thank God for you all tuning into the broadcast. You all tuning into the Guts, Gospel Not to Save, a variety talk show with a Christian point of view. Hoping that you will have the guts to tell somebody about Jesus. I'm your host, Nikki B, and we do thank you so much for tuning into the broadcast and being a part of what God is doing right here and right now. Now, for developing leaders around us, there is a 4-stage process of adaptation. That's where we left off at, and that's where we're going to continue from. It takes most people time to adapt to new ideas and adapt to new situations, really. They usually have to go through 4 stages before new concepts become their own. And knowing this helps you to train people. And I found that they usually accept things in this order, because it's usually how people take things in. Visually, most people are visual. They usually have to see something new in order to understand it. They've got to see how it works, the machinations of it. Everybody, Missouri is not the only state that is a show-me state. Everybody really is a show-me state. We all want to see it before we can grab hold of it. And that's why faith is so difficult for many people, because it is something that it's difficult to visualize, because it takes faith to see it, right? Emotionally, after people see something new, then they respond to it emotionally. And give them time to work through their emotions before going on to the next phase. And after they can see it visually, and when you can grab hold to faith visually, to the faith of what you believe God is going to do, you can visualize it. If you can say, yes, I believe God is going to heal my body. Yes, I know that God is going to take me out of the state of depression and bring me the oil of gladness, because I've been with the horn of sadness for way too long, and it can't be His will for me to walk in this, because He has desired for me to have peace. And once it's a visualization, then you get emotionally tied to it. Once that emotional anchor has taken place, then experientially, once people understand something and have accepted it emotionally, they are ready to give it a try. You're ready to taste and see that the Lord is good. This is the learning curve of most people, trying to help you understand. And the experience enables them to reach that final phase, which is convictionally. Now you understand it, know it, and now you are convicted. You believe. And that's why you have those holy rollers, or those tenacious believers of faith that go into the body of Christ, and we go beyond what people normally, because we have gotten past those first 3 stages. And now we are convicted. We know that this is what it is. After people see something, after they accept it emotionally and experience it positively. And that's the other part, experiencing it positively. People who have had bad experiences with churches then have a bad experience with God. Oh, I know y'all don't like me hearing that, but I'm saying that. But that's why we have to be ever so careful how we treat the people of God, or the people God puts on loan to us. Because you don't want them to have a bad experience, because then they will not get to the place of conviction. It becomes truly a part of their thinking, their belief system. If you are aware of these phases, you will be able to bring people along in their development without too many obstacles. But you got to be aware, you got to be ready, and you got to know that what comes first and what comes last. I've gone over my break time, but we're going to go hit that break now. While in the meantime, in the background, we have Arnetta Morel Crooms saying, try it again. And you gotta try it again. For those of you who were hurt in the church, for those of you who got messed up, for those who didn't have the positive experience. Oh yeah, you were able to visualize it. You were able to get attached to it emotionally. But when you got attached to it emotionally, the experiment of it got twisted by somebody who put the monkey wrench in there, and your experience wasn't positive. We want you to get back there. Try it again. Have a positive experience so that you can be convicted of what God has for you. Try it again.
Diabetes can cause health problems such as heart disease, stroke, amputation, and blindness. Talk to your doctor, get screened if you're at risk, and learn how to avoid becoming one of the millions of new cases of diabetes each year. You can help prevent type 2 diabetes. A message from CDC Financial Check.
Free. Yeah, number one friend. Jesus is. God is. Who's your number one friend? Just something to think about. Tell me. Tim Rogers and the Fellas, number one friend right here on Guts, Gospel Not Safe. A variety talk show with a Christian point of view, hoping that you will have the guts to tell somebody about Jesus. I'm your host, Nikki V, and thank you so much for tuning into the broadcast and being a part of what God is doing right here and right now. The number to call to join in the broadcast, to ask for prayer, to comment, to even let us know what's going on in your life, if you desire to share that with us. 877-217-5375. That's 877-217-5375. Option number 2 gets to the broadcast. That number is the Guts Network hotline, where you can get to a lot of different things that we have going on. I want to say kudos to Red Door Cafe. Great kickoff. Wonderful expression and explosion. That My Expression Michigan youth working together to make a difference in the community. It's a $5 cover charge for the Red Door Cafe, and it happens every fourth Saturday, right on the corner of 12th Avenue and 8th Street. Make sure you are at the next one. Lots of giveaways, lots of things was going on, lots of happenings, and especially a whole family. Meet the Browns. Found their way to the multicultural family. Fort Lauderdale Church of God in Christ, and we thank God for that. Real quick though, I want to deal with a little bit of a devotional topic and talk about Father Abraham. We'll deal with it from the Jewish heritage as well as from a Christian reflection. The Lord had said to Abram, leave your native country, your relatives, and your father's family, and go to the land that I will show you. So Abram departed as the Lord had instructed. Genesis chapter 12, verse 1 and verse 4. When God commanded Abraham, then known as Abram, to leave his country and go to a distant land, Abraham responded immediately and departed as the Lord had instructed. Genesis chapter 12, verse 4. You often overlook what a remarkable response this was. Abraham grew up in a society where multiple gods matched were worshipped. In fact, his father, Terah, not only worshipped idols, he made them. As the eldest son, Abraham more than likely was expected to follow in the family's business and become an idol producer himself. According to the rabbinic tradition, Abraham came to realize that there was only one true God and that idols weren't an answer. He wanted his father to understand this as well. So when Terah was out of the workshop, Abraham destroyed all the idols except the largest one, putting a stick next to it. As the story goes, when Terah returned and saw the damage, he was furious and asked his son what happened. Abraham replied, well, the big idol got angry at all the other idols and destroyed them. To which his father answered, that's impossible. He doesn't move. It's just stone. Exactly, Father, Abraham said. There is but one true God. Because of his faith and his willingness to stand against the cultural norms of his day, Abraham has been credited as the father of monotheism. He became the first person to be called a Hebrew. How did he get that name? The word Hebrew comes from the word that means side. The whole world was on one side and Abraham was on the other. The whole world believed one thing, but Abraham steadfastly believed something entirely different. Abraham's bedrock faith in the one true God is the very foundation upon which Jews and Christians alike have built their faith traditions. His willingness to stand against the culture is a model for us all. So whose side are you on? In the Christian reflection on Father Abraham, God's call to Abraham to leave his idolatrous background and worship God alone is recognized by the New Testament authors as a momentous decision. Paul reminds his readers that Abraham was the founder of our Jewish nation, and that Abraham serves as an example of how faith is the key to relationship with God. Paul argues that Abraham was accepted by God even before he was circumcised, citing God's pronouncement. Abraham believed God, and God counted him as righteous because of his faith. This message, according to Paul, is a blessing for all Jews as well as all Gentiles. It is by your faith that you receive the blessing of the Lord. So what are you walking in? The blessing or the curse? Do you understand the concept of Father Abraham? And are you willing to give God the praise, the glory, and the honor? Are you happy to be able to consider that he is who he says he is and that he would do just what he said he would do? We thank you all for tuning into the broadcast. You are tuned into the Guts Gospel Never Save, a variety talk show, the Christian point of view, hoping you will have the guts to tell somebody about Jesus. I want to remind you, before we go on to break, seeking sponsors and vendors for the 77th Annual Orange Blossom Festival, Saturday, February 22nd from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m., and then Sunday, February 23rd at 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. The location will be the Davie Town Hall, 6591 Orange Drive. Admission is free. Parking is $5, though. If you want more information about this event, you ought to contact Matthew Modinsky at 954-797-1163. That's 954-797-1163. That's right, the town of Davie is seeking sponsors and vendors as well as volunteers for the 77th Annual Orange Blossom Festival, which will take place on February 22nd and 23rd, 2014, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Orange Drive from Davie Road west to the southwest 66th Terrace. Last year, over 15,000 guests enjoyed the free festival and parade. Free activities for both days include an arts and crafts show, Cowboy Town, musical entertainment, Native American display, animal farm, Western carriage display, commerce center, and information displays. There will also be a free kids corner that includes bounce houses, a giant slide, climbing wall, youth entertainment, and arts and crafts. Admission to the festival is free, but parking is $5. On Saturday, February 22nd, in addition to the free parade, festival goers can enjoy pancake breakfast sponsored by the Davie Kiwanis Club. There will be an old-fashioned strawberry festival at the Davie Women's Club. Additionally, there will be free concerts on both days. The Davie Pro Rodeo will be held on Saturday, February 22nd at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday, February 23rd at 2 p.m. For rodeo information, please call 954-680-3555. That's 954-680-3555. I'm Nikki V, hoping that you will have the guts to tell somebody about Jesus. I'll be good. We thank you all for tuning in, and it looks like we have an update from Harvest Reapers International School of Ministry.